Okie dokie. So, what is the apt cdrom command? Crack open the terminal. Cdrom. Yeah. So, the apt cdrom command turns whatever CD you have in your optical drive into a repository that apt recognizes in its repository list. This is what it says. Blah, 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 blah. So, why would you need to use the apt cdrom command? There's two fundamental use cases. The first is that you're installing your Linux operating system using a literal CD-ROM disk. Back in the day when it was only practical to flash Linux Mint or any Linux operating system onto a CD-ROM disk and not a USB disk, because USB disks were too small. They didn't have enough information, didn't have enough storage. The apt cd-rom command was used to get apt to add the cd-rom to the list of ATP software repositories. Once the CD-ROM disk was listed on the software repositories, apt would be able to pull software from the CD-ROM disk. This can be used if you're installing an entire operating system from the CD-ROM, or just one program like GIMP. The second use case scenario is if you are using very old software that even if you have a perfectly fast, very old hardware, like a very old computer, that even if you have a perfectly fast interconnection, there's a bottleneck in the motherboard of the computer itself, limiting how fast the computer itself can read and interpret the information it's getting from the internet. In this use case, it's faster and more practical to just use the CD-ROM disk. It's faster and more practical to flash a CD-ROM disk with a faster computer and just put in the CD-ROM disk in the slower computer and just flash it, just install it using the apt cd-rom command that way. So in that particular use case scenario, if you have a very old computer, it has a bottleneck of how fast it can interpret and process information from the internet. So it would just be faster to flash the CD-ROM disk from a faster computer than take that CD-ROM disk, put it onto the slower computer, and use the apt cd-rom command to have the slower computer recognize it as a an apt repository, and then just install the operating system that way. So there you go. That is what the apt cd-rom command is.